BlackBerry. Be the future people seek. BlackBerry have been pumping millions of dollars into R&D in an attempt to regain some share of the handheld device market. We've long been exiled from the smartphone market, now holding less than 1% of overall market share, resulting from a failure to step away from our complicated user interface and decision not to implement touchscreen technology. BlackBerry needs to change fast to be sustainable and still be business by 2020. Revenue has been falling rapidly year on year from $20 billion in 2011 to $2 billion in 2017. BlackBerry is staring into the abyss. However, it's not all bad news. Our company has seen excellent development in our software side of the business, and this is the key growth area that we need to utilize to drive forward into a new direction. Our software revenues for second quarter 2017 were $196 million, 26% higher than in 2016. Gross margins expanded from 62% to 76% in the same period. Why are we burning through cash in an attempt to regain market share of products that may be obsolete in 15 years? We have identified one of the fastest growing industries in the world, an industry which BlackBerry are uniquely placed to disrupt and potentially become a market leader. Integrated smart home technology and appliances. The smart tech market has seen exponential growth in the past 5 years, with an estimated 1 billion smart home tech devices being sold by 2020. BlackBerry has the opportunity to utilize our software expertise to develop and integrate market-leading smart home systems through a change in organizational structure and direction to disrupt the smart home integrated software and device market. Think of the possibilities. Aligning with other growing smart tech companies like Tesla to offer software solutions to their products. Tesla are planning to formulate a complete integrated smart home which spreads into their cars and power supply units. However, Tesla don't make software. BlackBerry are uniquely placed with their software development to partner with such fast-growing tech companies to provide software solutions. With the radical recreation of BlackBerry's organizational structure, there are a number of corporate social responsibility factors to consider. So how can BlackBerry build a competitive advantage in the new smart home industry? What are our short and long-term goals? What are the risks and costs of implementing the changes? How can we satisfy our stakeholders? And what are the benefits of this change to BlackBerry and our shareholders? So some factors of CSR issues we need to consider. So workforce development. With such a radical change to our organisation, we need to implement a structured workforce development strategy as we move into this new direction. We need to make sure we are developing our staff and training in new processes. Big changes will be moving from hardware development and R&D area into user interface and coding sectors. We must support our employees to aid in their understanding of this new direction. Without, we face failure. Employee engagements. Through technical innovation, skills-based volunteering, capabilities, and skills delivery, and development and delivery of technical solutions. On a more intimate scale, BlackBerry's corporate culture can encourage and support individual acts of giving and service for employees to integrate community involvement with their family lives and careers. Employee inclusion diversity allows us to bring our best talents to bear as we continue on our transformation journey. It is an essential component of our corporate values and is tightly integrated into our new business strategy. Our leaders need to continually strive to manage employees to enable them to develop their full potential as we move beyond inclusion to a world of engagement. Cross-sector collaborations. We should work closely with the public and private sectors, including local, regional and national governments, non-profit organisations, universities, research organisations and school systems, finding solutions and working together to amplify the positive impact we can have on communities around the world, solving problems by leveraging the full range of resources and bringing solutions to scale. Some ethical issues BlackBerry will need to consider are restructuring and layoffs, value and goal conflict, technical ineptness, and coercion. So although there will always be change resistance, organisational management can promote ethical change initiatives by developing appropriate organisational culture. While managers need to promote ethical change processes to establish a culture of ethical behaviour, it is best to lead by example, so our managers need to act ethically themselves to promote ethical behaviour as a norm throughout BlackBerry. Ethical behaviour includes department openness, constructive criticism, clear communication, conformity to policies, and workplace respect. Along with leading by example, managers need to create a code of ethics. BlackBerry's Code of Ethics is a policy statement that binds every employee to a set of organisational-wide values and ethical standards. This code will make employees hold themselves and others accountable for acting in an ethical manner. Through this ethical culture, change within BlackBerry will be initiated ethically, resistance will be minimised.
When implementing such a large transformation to an organisation, it is crucial to understand and refer to change theory to ensure a sound and successful change occurs. Kotter's model presents a change management process that enables efficient transitions. This model allows organisations to build stronger teams and strategies whilst empowering existing staff through the recreation of a joint vision. Kotter's change model is most effective when it's used in the process of planning the major change, like for BlackBerry's transition from mobile to smart home integrated systems. Kotter's research expresses how a failure to create a sense of urgency within a major change is the single biggest error in organisational restructures, as key stakeholders and employees become complacent with their failures. Complacency over the drive for change is prominent in established organisations like BlackBerry. Through the first step, organisations should be focusing on what do we need to change, what are we aiming for, what happens if we stay in our current operating capacity. For BlackBerry, our urgency has already been created through the current environment and company's proven decline. The second step in Kotter's model requires BlackBerry to build a team and key group of leaders who have the power and drive to lead the change. Whilst Kotter reports that most successful transitions include the CEO as the driver of this stage, for us, as there has been a resistance to make major change since our decline, it would be beneficial to include external consultants to assist in this stage. Steps 3 and 4 of the model are based around the development of the new organisation's vision and strategy and communicating this vision to employees. Kotter expresses how through most changes, organisations do not place enough focus on how much the change needs to be communicated. From this stage on, management are required to change their focus on becoming change leaders and driving the vision and goal of the organisation to all levels of operations. For BlackBerry, as we need to change the entire vision of the organisation, we'll be required to communicate this to continuing and newly recruited staff multiple times to ensure a sound understanding is created and to ensure the organisation has shared goals. Step 5 of Kotter's model, empowering broad-based change, is where it is crucial for HR and other major managers to align their processes, to remove any obstacles that have been created so far in the change, embed their new structures, processes and systems into our current vision. This stage requires BlackBerry to encourage innovation and change to become part of the organisation's major focus. Generating short-term wins is the 6th stage of this model. Short-term wins assist in building momentum for employees and managers as the process of seeing small success ensures their focus stays on the major goal. Kotter expresses how the short-term wins should be visible, and clearly be related to the end goal. By the 7th stage of Kotter's model, the changes are well on the way. This stage should include progress like aligning the employees within the vision, altering new processes and systems that aren't working, and empowering the existing staff to alleviate the resistance of change. The final step in Kotter's theory is anchoring the new approaches into the culture. This is where BlackBerry must make the change stick. When a change is implemented, new practices do not become part of the culture until they have grown within the organisation and become part of everyday business. BlackBerry, we are now required to ensure our employees believe the new way is much better than the old. New norms will be created and everyone will be aiming to align their goals with that of the organisation. To assist in smooth transitions and avoiding the organisation facing ethical and legal predicaments, we have the following recommendations for our organisation. During the process, our HR team at BlackBerry must be fully aware of the contract fine lines for all current employees and future employees. As there will be many structural changes to the organisation, which could create the need for redundancies and recruitment to produce a team who are going to rebuild our future success, HR must know the role of each employee. For this to happen, we would recommend a formal review process where a role assessment is rolled out to all employees. This allows us to identify key employee skills, attributes, and employment history, and compare future roles to similar roles that are currently available. This way, both our management and HR teams are aware of our internal resources and do not lose valuable employees in the process. Whilst most in-house HR teams are a major resource during such a large change, our management team at BlackBerry may wish to consider an external party to assist in the restructuring process. This will reduce the risk of bias in decision-making and will leave major leaders and key HR members free to focus on building the new vision. Our final recommendation would be for our organisation to not be so resistant to change in the future. By not broadening our horizons and staying stuck on the old mobile phone vision, this company almost lost not only our profits but our business. To ensure this doesn't happen again, innovations and change must continue to be a focus for BlackBerry's new business model.
From all this directional change that we're promoting, we've come up with a company vision that BlackBerry should implement, which is, in a world that is changing so rapidly, be the seeds that construct the innovation our future world deserves. Be the change you seek.